on YouTube. Okay, friends, are you YouTube live or should we watch here? You can watch here. I just turned on the YouTube live, so if you feel like you'd like a bigger screen, it might be easier to do it from YouTube live. I know, like, for me, I'll watch, well, I mean, you might be watching from your phone either way, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, live on both. Woo! It's like I can watch myself. Anyways, okay, let's go ahead and grab something to sit on. So blanket, bolster, pillow, and if you have a blanket, fold it. Something like this to sit on. And today, let's get it super restorative. So grab a couple of them, and if you have pillows too, that's awesome. Let me just shift my camera a little bit for YouTube so you can kind of see a better version of my room. Yay! Okay, so I've got my bolster set up here, and I'll have a blanket on either side. And I'm just going to move my yoga mat a little bit. And this will be for my knees. So when I'm sitting cross-legged and getting into grounding, I have a little extra support. So that's just an offering for you. It's optional, so you don't have to do it, but if you want to, go for it. I've been doing this lately, and it feels really good to just kind of focus on giving yourself some extra love in your body. So that's what I feel like it is, right? Like you're giving yourself extra love. I like to come to a butterfly pose, but if you want to come to like cross-legged, that's up to you. You could also have legs extended. You could also have some sort of support on the back, like leaning up against a wall or your couch. So do what feels good. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your hands to your knees. Close your eyes and begin to take some deep breaths. Deeply inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Last time on your own. Begin to settle here. Come into a smooth breath, something that feels good, natural, easy. Wiggle your toes, flex the muscles in your legs and release. Flex that pelvic floor, the mula bandha, the booty, release. Sit tall, imagine a long string from the base of the spine all the way to the top of the head. And let yourself feel into that elongated spine. Shoulders come down away from the ears. And let your hands just kind of fall in line here. Flex the muscles in your arms, wiggle your fingers and release. Bring your hands to the belly maybe and give it a squeeze and just say, thank you, belly, for existing on my body. I love you and appreciate you exactly as you are. You don't need to change a thing. Thank you. Keep your hands on your belly and let's just feel the belly get big as you breathe in and then get small as you breathe out. Begin to seal the lips and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, finding that ujjayi. So as we sit in the air, we count to 4, 5, or 6. And as we exhale, we find that same count, 4, 5, or 6. If we inhale for 4, we exhale for 4. If we inhale for 5, we exhale for 5. Finding that ujjayi. This breath should sound like an ocean wave, and it should feel like you'd fog a mirror if you held it up to the nose on the exhale. You can spend time exploring. Maybe you start with 4 and it's not enough, so you go to 5 or maybe 6. And you just tap into it. Like, what do you need? You might know exactly the one you need and you go right for it. Like every time it's 7, we need 7, 7, 7, 7. Take your time, feel into the breath, feel into the body. And let yourself just breathe here. As we inhale and exhale, I'd like to offer the intention of, I like being me. Inhale, I like, exhale, being me. This might sound childish, immature, silly, but that's okay. Like, we should be allowing ourselves to feel into childish, immature, and silliness anytime we want. So as we inhale, we think, I like, and exhale, we think, being me. And I don't feel like there's anything immature, childish, or silly about liking yourself. Take your time and feel into the breath. Let this just wash over you. And maybe even ask yourself, do I like me? Do I like the person that I am right now? Would I be friends with myself? Find that breath, feel into the body, let yourself think. I like being me. As we sit here and sip in the air, we'll take a few more breaths thinking about this. What do I like about myself? What do I do that's awesome? Why am I so likable? I like being me. On that next exhale, we sit tall and bring that right ear to the right shoulder, and we stretch the left side of the neck. This left hand can stay in our lap. It could reach off to the side, or the top of the hand can come to the base of the spine. What do you need here? Let's feel into our bodies and ask ourselves, does this feel good? Does this feel good? Or does this feel good? Which one? Take the time to explore and feel and breathe. As we exhale, think about that air just getting sent right to that muscle, stretching it and letting it really breathe here. On that next inhale, we release our hand. Exhale, we bring our head back to center. We sit tall on the inhale, and then that left ear comes to the left shoulder on that next exhale. We stretch the right side of the neck. Option for the hand to stay on the lap, reach off to the side, or the top of the hand to the base of the spine. You decide what feels good for you. I am always a fan of in the lap. Always. It's always enough for me to feel the stretch, and my neck is happy 99% of the time. Take your breath, feel into those muscles, stretching and moving with the breath. On that next exhale, we release our hand. Inhale, we bring our head right back to center. And let's take a deep breath here with our neck long. Open our eyes and look to the horizon. Let ourselves acclimate to the light in the room like we're vampires. Ah! Inhale, we circle the arms up, maybe look up, press into the palms. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. If we inhale here, we lift the chest, maybe stretch back, arch a little bit, press into the palms. Exhale, round the back, bring the hands to heart center. And we find these nice arm circles with these little back bends and back rounds. Sounds like I said back grounds, back rounds. English is hard sometimes. Inhale, we circle. Exhale, we round. So we're scooping up all the things we love about ourselves. I love all these things. Exhale, we bring them right to my heart. Inhale, these are the things. I love my personality. I love my obnoxiousness. Exhale, bring them to my heart center. I think I'm charming. I think I'm funny. Exhale, bring it to my heart center. These are the things I love about myself. Take your time, breathe. It's almost like you could do this all day because we're moving slowly and we're just being present in our bodies, allowing ourselves to move with the breath and feel into these nice wide arm circles. On that next one, we bring them to heart center. We sit tall and we feel into the breath. Bring our right hand down to the ground, left hand comes up and over, find side stretch. Sink that left hip down and think about this shoulder. We can close it and allow the arm to come forward. This gives us a little stretch in that low back. Or we can open it and feel this stretch in the front body a little bit. So inhaling open, exhale close. We could bring a little flow to this side stretch. Inhale open, exhale close. We could also stay in whatever spot feels right for us for today. Take your time here, feel into the breath. On that next exhale, our left hand comes forward. We find this closed stretch. We reach and then out, hovering. Both hands now hovering. Reach, reach, reach. All the way over to the other side. Closed chest, right hand reaches. Left hand to the ground. Inhale, open, chest open. Exhale, close. We find a little movement here in our shoulders on the right. We feel that stretch in our low backs, in the front bodies, side stretch. Let this feel good. On that next exhale, we release, we come back to center and bring our hands to our knees and sit tall. Maybe we look up or to the horizon, and then exhale, we bring our fingertips to the ground, press into the sides of the belly where it meets the thigh if we need to make more space, and then bring our full palms to the ground. Round your shoulders, tuck your chin to the chest, and breathe here. Find that ujjayi, let yourself feel good. I like being me. You might be like, who am I? That's okay too. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up. Let's circle the arms up, look up, reach up, find our little arch in our back. Then we look to the horizon, find a twist to the right. Right hand comes down, right behind the right hip. Left hand comes down to the left leg. We inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist. Look over that right shoulder. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we twist. On that next exhale, we bring our right hand back to center. Inhale, we scoop up again, find our beach ball. We look up, maybe find a little arch. And then to the horizon, we find our twist to the left. And then left hand behind the left hip, right hand to the right leg. We take a deep inhale and we lift the chest. Exhale, we twist and look over that left shoulder. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we twist. And then on that next exhale, come back to center. Let's extend our legs out in front of us. And we can sit back into our bolster or folded blanket. We can take our blankets that were under our legs before and place them under our knees for some support. This is optional, so if you don't want the blankets here, you don't have to have them, but I like them. We take our feet as wide as we need to. I like this width. It's almost like a little bit wider than my hips. It's not a wide-legged and it's not a narrow, like a staff pose version. So flex my feet, my toes are up to the sky. I lift up my chest so my spine is in line, and then I lean forward. So my chest is still lifted, hands come to the shins. I can press into the sides of the belly, and then just slowly begin to find this forward fold. You should feel the stretch in the back of the legs, maybe in the low back a little bit. If you're feeling it in that low back, maybe lift your chest a little bit more. You don't want pinchiness. You don't want it to feel like you're stretching in a way that's going to hurt yourself. You want your hips to be open. So breathe here, find that ujjayi. And this is like internal feelings, like think about your hips like sticking out, like how you'd have to almost like twist the hips back to feel sometimes like there it is for me. So it's hard to represent in like on camera when you're not like in in class. So stick the booty out. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up, and let's relax the feet. Let go of all that tension. And now bring our hands in front and round our shoulders. And just come forward, and then just notice how this feels different. This is stretching the back, and it's not a bad thing, but it is a very different stretch than that hip stretch we just did. Inhale, we come all the way back up, and let's find our tree pose. So we can leave our blanket there or extend that leg with nothing underneath it. It's totally up to you. And then this blanket comes off to the side as this knee comes to this blanket. So this is how I'm setting myself up. If you've chosen a different way, you know, you don't have to have blankets under your knees. That's just an option. I like to twist a little bit to the left. It makes me feel like my torso gets a little more in line with my leg. I sit tall here, and I like to bring my hands to my thighs or to my shins. So I gently lean forward, finding this forward fold. The front foot is bent a lot, not bent, but flexed, and breathing. My left knee has a tendency to bounce, so that's why I like to just kind of put my hand right there. It makes me feel secure and like it's not bouncing when I do that. It just is all over a good thing. Take your breaths. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up, and let's switch sides. So right foot comes in, left foot extends, and let's bring that other blanket under this hip. So I flex my left foot. Somebody just is calling me. Hold on. Go away. I'm still here. Okay. I guess that's the hazard of like using your phone. I wonder if there's a way I could like use my phone and then turn off like don't call me. Maybe a do not disturb. Ooh, maybe that's what I need to do. Okay, so flex the foot. Foot comes into the thigh. We find our seated tree pose other side. Find that little quarter turn to the left. Come back to center, adjust your belly. We lift the chest and then exhale, lean forward. Hands come to the legs. You can also bring your hands down and frame the leg. But like I said, my legs have a tendency to like be bouncy. You know, bouncy is not a bad thing. It's just not something you want in the seated tree pose. Usually bouncy is a good thing, right? Like I feel like bouncy is never a negative thing. You're too bouncy. I don't know. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up. Let's bring both feet in and we find butterfly. So wiggle the belly, get it in between your thighs. We lift up, feel that length in our spine. Hands just gently touch your ankles. Knees and elbows are in line. I feel like I'm doing a little chicken dance. And I slowly begin to hinge forward, pressing the elbows into the knees, and just finding where I need to be at. If you feel like this is like making the stretch harder on you, like it's not giving you the support, like you can go further down. Like for me, my legs can almost go down to the ground, so I'll remove my blankets, and this allows me to lean forward even more. If you start to lean forward and your hips are like, oh my God, this is not good, you can always back off, get the support back under there, and move forward that way. So listen to your body. Sometimes we need the support and sometimes we don't. So just take the time to do what works. On that next inhale, we push ourselves all the way back up. And then let's get ourselves situated on our back bodies. Now we have our bolsters underneath our hips, but if you'd like, you can bring your bolster in line with your spine. So long ways, like hot dog ways, on the mat, and the bottom of the bolster would hit like where your ribs are. So Go ahead and come on down. If you want to add any type of incline to the bolster, like put a block under it or a blanket and lift up the top of it, that's an option as well. So do what feels right for you. Then we slowly lower down and allow our arms to come out to the sides. Bend your knees, feet flat on the earth, and breathe here. Maybe we rock our knees side to side, and we feel this stretch in the front of the chest. We feel the arms going off to the sides. If this is too much on your arms, you can always bend at the elbows and place your hands down by your sides and palms face down for that grounded feeling. But if it feels good, out to the sides, rolling your shoulders under and lifting up your chest, then do that. And then come to stillness, take your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees knock together. Find broken bridge. And breathe here. Now this might be your Shavasana, this pose right here. This might be it. If this is it, then you're here. You don't got to do anything else. If you need to remove the bolster, if you need to set yourself up in a different way, go for it. This is your chance. Go for whatever version of Shavasana would feel really good for you right now. Once you find it, go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths. So deep inhale, open mouth exhale. Let it go. Deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. 2 more times. Deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. Last time on your own. Begin to just relax your jaw, your forehead, your tongue, all the places. Let yourself sink here. Feel heavy with the gravity pushing you into your mat and feeling completely supported by the earth, lifting you up. Begin to clear your mind and remind yourself that this is your Shavasana. You get to be here and be present for this practice. Anything that comes up doesn't serve you here. Task lists, to-dos, those things can be handled in just a few minutes. If you need a color, imagine the color green. And as you inhale, it brightens and feels nice and big and green and bright, maybe even light. And as you exhale, it feels very dark and gloomy. But don't worry, it brightens up right as soon as you start to inhale. So inhaling, exhaling, finding these layers of green for that heart chakra. Let's spend the next few minutes in silence for your Shavasana. Begin to tap back into the breath. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Wiggle fingers and toes. Circle out wrists and ankles. Take both hands overhead for a full body stretch. Let it feel sweet. Roll onto one side and push yourself up to find a comfortable seated posture. Bring hands to heart center, tuck your chin and close your eyes, and just thank yourself for showing up today and for being present in the practice. Amazing job, friends. Bring your thumbs to third eye. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Yay. Awesome job, friends. Thanks so much for practicing with me. And just a reminder, it's every Wednesday, so make sure you sign up so you get the reminders. There's email reminders. Just click the link in my bio. And I will see you next time. Bye.